Greetings! It is I, the Fiendish Dr. Phil Nichols, coming to you for another installment of From the Lab. This is the Monday from the Lab, Columbus Day. I just had too much going on yesterday to do a From the Lab, so we posted the spotlight on the Wild Woman. So, let's see. I think everybody's gotten their packages, and everybody's been happy with it. Some of the feedback I'm getting is really flattering. Thank you so very much for that. I've started on the next round of busts, and I've also finished some sculptures. So let me present to you the finished sculpture for the Dark Shadows werewolf. Here it is. Werewolf from Dark Shadows, and I detailed it with a real wrinkly, pebbly, bumpy texture because his makeup was all cotton and latex construction. I don't know if Vinny Loscalzo used a rubber nose or just did nose putty on it. I'm not sure. But it's got the teeth, and then of course I also made the teeth that I can do acrylic inserts with. If you want acrylic teeth, that's an extra $25 per bridge. And for the Hopkins, I know there's a couple of you really waiting for the Anthony Hopkins Wolfman. I have completed the teeth for that. So that's the first step for him, because I absolutely have to have those Rick Baker teeth to sculpt him out. So I have to do some silicone molds this week. So those will all be molded. I have to mold this guy, and I have to mold this guy. While he's not a collectible bust, he is one of my sculptures. And this is for a short film called Tourists, and it's a man that kissed a shotgun. So I did him up, and of course the back of his head is going to be missing, and he'll be done up with a lot of extra blood and viscera and stuff like that. I had a request from Frankie Joseph to make him some Jason teeth from Jason Part 4. He got himself a fancy silicone mask and is doing that for Halloween, and he commissioned me to make the teeth for him. So I had him send me casts of his teeth, and then I took the casts that he sent me, which were these. He sent me these, and then I put them on a base, plaster base, like I do, and then I sculpted out the teeth. And since I was just doing it for one person and not repeated, I just took an alginate mold of those, and I ran the acrylic in them, and they fit the cast. So hopefully they'll fit his teeth. That always concerns me when I can't get you here in the lab when I'm doing the dentures. So I'm sending him a set that are made with Flexacryl gum, which it can be scissored down, and we use these for a lot of the background Bigfoot and zombies on some of the movies that we've done, particularly in Bigfoot Wars. We used a lot of Flexacryl teeth. And then I'm sending him this rebasing material, which is basically the Flexacryl. If you've ever used the Scarecrow products, they're made out of rebasing material. So that's going to go up to him tomorrow. He's got 2 hard acrylic sets, a rebase material, and the soft acrylic sets. So hopefully he'll be able to use something with his mask and have a great Halloween. All right, well, that's about it for the back end of the studio. Follow me, and we'll go to the front end, and I'll show you what I've been up to. Well, as you can see, I've got quite a few that are in the works now. It's not as many as last time, but it's at least a dozen that I'm going to be finishing up over the next 10 days. I'm hoping to get like the Old Man Dracula completed and off, and get that Michael Myers thing haired and out. The Carries, I'm going to start basing them up. Everything's been seamed except for that Pale Man. I took the Dremel today and cut all the seams off, and I Dremeled out the eye sockets for everything that's going to get glass eyes. I still have to go in with the brushes and the scouring pads and take down the mold wear, but I don't have as many pieces with mold wear as we had in the last round. You'll notice that there's some more jokers on the dry line. Well, three people actually discovered it. One guy who's turning out to be a super patron in England found it, and since I'm running the Harvest Reaper special, I can't turn them down. It's any of my old molds, so I'm making 3 more jokers. And here's the thing about the Harvest Reaper special. I'm going to run that for 6 months. So we started that in August, and we'll run it through February of next year and make all the old molds available to you. Now, if you can't get everything you want in that time period, you can't raise the money for it, just let me know that you want it within that time period so that I can pour the piece up, and then we can settle up when you're ready. We'll do that, but because I know we all are living in this economy. So I'm trying to begin to wind that down, because I haven't had a lot of time for sculpting because I've been doing so many previous pieces, which is fantastic. I'm not complaining at all, but it is time to get back to sculpting new characters. The Burgess Meredith is in the very, very, very early days. I'm still working on the clay press for the armature. I've actually had a couple people interested, and number 1 has actually been spoken for. So if you want a Burgess Meredith penguin to go with your Cesar Romero Joker, just drop me an email or a message and let me know. I'm not going to start taking payments until the sculpture is done, or at least underway, like I did with the Dark Shadows Werewolf. I'm now taking payments for that. It'll be molded this week. And again, on the Dark Shadows Werewolf, it's going to come in 2 styles. A gray werewolf and a brown werewolf. Quentin Collins was the gray werewolf, and Chris Jennings was the brown werewolf. And I'll probably give the Quentin werewolf blue eyes, since David Selby had blue eyes and Chris Jennings had brown eyes, so he'll have the brown eyes. So that's what we'll do there. And then if you want the acrylic teeth inserts in it, then let me know that. But that's an additional charge for that. Everything, I'm surprised. I mean, I was exhausted. If you could tell by the last couple from the labs, I was really dragging tail. Just really tired from finishing up so many pieces. But I'm rested now. The pieces have been shipped. I had to get that movie thing sculpted. It has a firm deadline, and I had to get that done. So I went ahead and finished the werewolf with that, and got Frankie's teeth out of the way because they're on a deadline. And I'll be hopefully my goal is to ship out the Carries, the Leprechaun, and this Evil Ed, and whatever else, that Dracula, the Michael Myers, whatever else I can get done within the next 7 days or so. Ship those out early next week, and then the rest of them as they're done. Other things that I have the molds out now for. I have the Possessed/Repossessed mold out. I'm pouring up a couple of them. I have the Exorcist, which is the very last piece I did, which is the dummy head. I'm pouring up a couple of them. I have the Hammer Frankenstein monster molds out. Here is the Monster from Hell up here on the dry line. I'm going to be doing a couple more of him, and I also have the Kiwi Kingston Evil of Frankenstein out. Ring Girl is out now. If you want a Ring Girl, any of those things, I have the molds out, and I'm pouring them up now. So just let me know. The Pale Man incident. I don't know what happened, and I don't really care. It's none of my business. But he had been bothering me to get a pale man for years. He emailed me all last summer and several times while I was on location for Bigfoot Wars about it. And then I was able to pour it up, and then he emailed me and said something to the effect that it was too big for the space that he had to display it in. Could he get his money back? And I give him his money back. I'll give you your money back. I don't care. I don't want any hard feelings. I mean, if there's anything, there was a miscommunication this week. I didn't understand because I was so tired what he was saying, and I was like, send it back, I'll give you your money back. And I went and started a refund right away, because that's the way I am. If you don't like it, don't want it, if you don't think it's the quality you should have or whatever, send it back, I'll give you your money back. No problems. But there are times when I'm very tired that miscommunications will happen, especially when you message me on Facebook. I wear glasses now, and I'm old, and if I'm tired, I can't read that small print on that Facebook Messenger. So message me in an email, or Scott Solomon will send me a video. Anything like that. If you send me a picture of something that you think is wrong, then I can tell you right now if it's right or wrong. Turns out this was a whole miscommunication. I put a shading on the underjaw of the Cesar Romero's to match the makeup that Ben Nye did on Caesar, because he was in his 60s, and he's like me, starting to get that neck, and they were trying to make him look as plus Caesar, vanity, make him look as gaunt as possible. So that's what that was, and he had assumed it was discoloration or rubber rot or something like that, but no, it was part of the paint job. So miscommunications do happen, and I do apologize for them, but there's no emotion in any of this for me. If you want your money back, that's fine. I'll keep the piece, or somebody else will take it. It's not a big deal. I'm I'm so tickled that you all love my work, and I'm highly collected, and I really, really appreciate it. So everybody, enjoy your Columbus Day, and thank you so very much. This has been the Fiendish Dr. Phil from the lab.